So I guess we're live then. It is a good morning. Let's It is a good morning. So what do we got here? What do we have here? We have relatively equal lows here. And that will be the thing that was the low. Was it a low? Yes. So my eyes right away jump to this relatively equal high, so that's the drawn liquidity. It took it by a little bit, but that's not enough. We also have this high. So I want to see if we take liquidity below here, this relatively equal lows. No first presentation of the fair value gap yet. We have a huge um, opening range gap. So how many points is that? 200 points. That is likely to stay open. their sell side on here. So let's let the market show us what it wants to do. Hello. Can I hear myself all right? Hello. Can I hear myself all right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Relatively equal lows. And no first percent of fair value gap yet. We have news at 10. Okay, we took this buy side up here. Let's see if it wants to take the sell side. If it gets me a fair value gap, I mean the first percent of fair value gap. This looks ugly. Volume imbalance there. You do not want to see price close above the volume imbalance. I don't want it to be respected. This can potentially be the first percent of fair value gap. We have an imbalance also. Not imbalance, hey. We have a CB here. So here we have the first percent of fair value gap for today. Let me borrow one from 24th. And let's stand it to the right. Okay. So we have this imbalance here. I want to see how price trades off of it. We're bullish. We're likely to take that weekly that relatively equal highs on the daily. I'm referring to that looks not so good, but I'm referring to this too. We're likely to take that. Can he do it today? I don't think so. When is he gonna do it? I don't know. But my focus right now, my eyes jump to this relatively equal lows. So I want to see signatures. If we're taking this relatively close, I want to see signatures that price wants to go down. I want to see this wick. I want to see the 50% of it be respected to the downside. Okay. We touching the first percent of the rally gap. I want to see it close below it. Okay. I don't want to see it close below the 50%. You can wick through it because the wicks do the damage, but I do not want to see it close. This market is kind of choppy. It doesn't look good at all. we're trading inside of this 15-minute CB. So sign balance, by sign efficiency. We are about to enter the 950 to 1010 macro. This is a signature that price really wants to go up. We failed to get under the consequent encouragement of that first percent of a rally gap. Price just reacted nicely from it. Why then I trust this as a setup to go long? I usually don't like to get into a trade that doesn't have a sweep on liquidity. And this one, even though it did take this relatively equal lows, left this relatively equal lows. So in my mind, we can come down here, sweep this liquidity, and then go to the outside. If that would have been the case, taking this low here, I would have taken consideration to go along on this first percent of a rally gap. Showing that it wants to go down, doesn't want to use this two candles as a breaker. High, low, higher, high, bearish breaker. Okay. So immediately, my entry will be this one, and my stop will be above this. But I want to see it close under the first percent of our value gap. If it doesn't close under it, I do not have a trade. Or my better entry will be here on the breaker. Okay, we did close. Let me use the breaker then. Sometimes it does not let me. Let me do a market order then. I want it to go up once more. Come on. Okay. Stop loss up here. Main threshold of the breaker. Take profit down here. We took this um short-term low, so I'm gonna reduce my risk. The news are about to hit the market in 8 minutes. I don't want to see go above the 50% of this wick. Just be patient. Knowing your model will deliver. Look how he's respecting the low of the first percent of fair value gap. I do not want to see go above the 50% of it. I don't like the way that is going sideways. I want to see it respect this wick, the 50% of it. I don't want it to close above it. The 50%, I do not want to see it go above it. There we go. Okay, the 50%, a little bit above it. I'm gonna take a partial under this thing. I'm gonna take 5 off there. If it doesn't stop me out, of course. But I'm gonna take 5 here. The wicks do the damage. I do not want to see it close above the 50% of that gap for sure. And if it does, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. There we go. And this is what it has when you trade on this market environments, that This did not respect my stop loss. It got me out at the top of it. So my risk was well over what I should have inquired. So my stop loss was 180, but it stopped me out at 515. So that's 1%. Stop me out. I'm not going in again. I'm just gonna see how it plays out. Touches the 50%. I mean the low of the first percent of fair value gap. Relatively equal lows here. This is the high of the opening gap range. If it's really going down, I do not want to see this portion of it close. And if it does close it, I want to see a willingness for price to go down. The news are about to hit the market. A lot of times price is going to hit the first percent of a rally gap if we're close to it when the news come out, like it did there. So this is gonna be logged as a day that it's not a really good day to trade because the price action is really stagnant. It's moving sideways. It doesn't have clean price action. So this will be labeled as a day that I should have sit off my hands. This is my setup. I follow my rules, but the price action was not the cleanest. And I already know that when we have days like this, it's better for me to sit on my hands and not do anything. On a day like yesterday, that price was cleaner, it was better, it was just running to the draws on liquidity. I think eyeballing it traded to the 50% of this wick. Not even. And seeing price doing this and going up and down and having this big bearish candle. It makes me feel like, hey, I can get in again and make what I lost back. But I know that's greed, and as a trader, you have to know how to control those emotions. Because if I do another one with this price action, it might hit the stop loss again, and it will be a worse loss. So it's better for me to recognize my what I'm feeling while I'm looking at price. Recognize that it's greed. I'm following my rules. I got stopped out. It's a greater loss that my stop loss was supposed to allow, but that's what it has to trade on these environments. So I control that feeling of greed, because in the past when I've traded and I tried to recoup my losses, it doesn't turn out good at all. So it's better to follow your rules. If it goes where you outline, were that's what you were expecting from the market. It will run, but not with me. I think one of the most important skills for a trader, it's to be sober-minded. When you can sit on your hands, wait, look at the markets for what they are and not for what you want it to be, in a sense. Look what is really going on. Because when you have certain expectations of the market, everything you see is going to be according to that expectation, not objectively. And when you're a trader, you have to be really objective. Because let's say that uh, I wanted to go long. Every single blue candle will make me feel impulsive of wanting to go long. Or let's say that I was feeling impulsive about going short. Every single bearish candle will make me feel impulsive to go short. So that's why I've been sober-minded. When you trade, it's really important. We traded above the first percent of fair value gap. So today in my percent an opportunity on the PM session, because this morning session is just really, really bad. I have to note on my journal next time the morning session is like this. Do not touch it. We're still closing under the 50% of the first percent of fair value gap. This price action is actually dog shit. Trading is also a thing of perspective. You know, you might take a loss and you get tilted, you feel, and there we go. There we go. You feel tilted. It makes you feel mad. Um, and things like that when you lose, but you have to see losses as a opportunity to learn. And that's how you arrive at your destination. For example, instead of me getting butthurt about being stopped down in price, running towards the level that I outlined beforehand, you think, why? What was in the marketplace? What was the signatures of price that made me get into a trade? You know, all right. And also, why did I get stopped out? So if you look at that instead of being mad about the charts being wrong, nah, you're wrong. You made a mistake. You're the analyst. Another thing about the way I trade is I don't like to sit through retracements. I want, as soon as I get into a trade, I want to see going towards my direction. And I think I outlined the first percentage of fair value got wrong because we have a volume imbalance there. So this is the real first percent of fair value gap. So that was a mistake on my part. You have to take the volume imbalance into account. We rebalance this whole thing. Now we have a little space open here. Okay, if it's really going down, let's check 50% of this wick. Consequent encouragement. Boom. It does not get to it. We have a volume imbalance also. It touches the 50%. It goes well above it. The wicks can do the damage, but I do not want to see it close. If it's really going down, I do not want to see it close above it. And it did. So those are the little things that when price is moving towards the direction that I wanted to trade, those are the things that I pay attention to. That is so ugly. It goes up and down, up and down. I just had a deja vu. Oh, I do not want to keep looking at this price action for today, so this is so bad. So this will be